Hi there. That was some music that is um, produced to alleviate pain and discomfort. So, welcome to HAPS TV and welcome to Sandra's World. Success. What is success? So, really and truthfully, right now, if we look at what's going on in the world is going mad, really. There's some bizarre things going on in the world. There's lots of propaganda, there's lots of lies, there's lots of fake news, and there's lots of people who are pretending to be successful. And so I ask you out there, what is success? And success is different things to different people. People come on HAPS TV and they are successful just by coming on and broadcasting, even though sometimes things don't go particularly to plan. Like, it's taken me about 30 minutes to come online because, sometimes technology isn't very successful. It's challenging, but it's about just working with it and using technology to its best advantage. So, as I say, that piece of music is for pain and discomfort, to just alleviate pain, discomfort, and stress. And sometimes in life, we need that, just that time to reevaluate and to think about what we mean by success. I mean, the world is going mad because the newspapers and the press have even admitted that they made sure that Trump didn't get elected. And because they were hell-bent on getting Biden elected, even though, quite frankly, if you look at his what he's been doing up to date, he's not been very proactive or successful. In fact, if you think about it, he's probably set American politics back quite a few years. The press were hell-bent on making sure that Trump didn't get elected again. And because of that, they've made a person who, to my mind, is too old to be in that position. No matter how successful he's been in his life up to now, he's too old to be in that position. He's being portrayed as a young geriatric wearing aviators. And this man who, as I said, in my opinion, is too old to be a key decision maker of a nation. I think it's dangerous, and time will only tell as to whether I'm right or wrong. And Senator Graham, who has said that Biden is paving the way for another 9/11. So if you look upon that and the word success, that's not success, is it, in your first term as president of the biggest nation in the world? And, it's not only about Biden and politics and the press and fake news and everything that goes with that. It's also about how are we bringing up the next generation to be successful. You know, if we think about what's going on in the world, children are being born, and are they going to be brought up to think that success is about fake news? And if you think about 9/11 again, another 9/11, face the world facing something as catastrophic as that, are we growing up just making our children feel that the way to be successful is to kill people? You know, is that their education? Is that the success that they're looking for? So what is success? Well, there is different schools of thought on what success is. And success is dependent on what it is that you are trying to achieve. So it's said that what the mind of man can conceive and believe, it can achieve. But how do you measure success? Do you measure success as just having the basic needs of life met? Or do you measure success as being, for example, do you measure success as being an entrepreneur? Or do you measure success as being, sorry about this, this is very, sometimes this platform is difficult to really get to grips with, and you do all sorts of things. And it all becomes very, very annoying. So do you measure success as being like an entrepreneur? Or do you just measure success as being happy and content with your life? Or is it more than that? You know, what is success? And how do you measure it? Like I said, with Maslow's hierarchy, it's all about the lower levels. Some people are really successful at the lower levels of their lives, but other people need to climb up that ladder. So I always say, and I always say to the people that I help, that success is just purely a state of mind. So when you think about, in America, the cable news network, CNN, and their dirty tricks, I'd like you to consider what was said in the 50s by Earl Nightingale. Earl Nightingale says, the trouble with man today is that man simply does not think. And I also say that it's not only about thinking, It's about that man today just does not listen. They listen to the things they want to believe in and they want to think are right. So if you're, you're a politician, like, for example, I'm a local politician. So people will tell me things and I might believe them because there is evidence to suggest that what they're saying is true. But I always think about something that Napoleon Hill says, that the trouble with that is that we never ask the question, and how do you know? So how do you know what success is if you don't ask the question? And if men don't think, how can you ask the question if you don't think about the question that you need to ask? And Earl Nightingale also says that success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. So we could be successful, or anyone could be successful in life for a number of different reasons. You don't have to be successful like you've got so much money in the bank that you don't know what to do with it. You can just be successful at what you do, like playing the piano or playing the guitar or singing, or having a really good job, or having a job that you really enjoy. So if you really want to understand success, I would suggest that you listen to The Stranger's Secret on YouTube and find out how Earl Nightingale thinks about success and how he talks about it. But also making sure that you, especially if you're parents, that you bring your children up to realize that success comes in all sorts of different forms. It's not about just being on the television, on a reality program. It's not about that. Success comes in different forms because 1% of the world owns the wealth. And that's a stark statement to make, that 1% of the world owns the wealth. But how do you find success? How do you measure success? So do you measure success by having a car, having the car of your dreams? Is that your success? As I say, success comes in different forms. To some people, having the car that you've always wanted is successful, but to other people, it's just something. It's just a status symbol. It's just, does it prove success because you can have the car of your dreams? So you can go and you can go to a garage and have a brand new car, never ever been driven, and an expensive car as well. So is that success? Or is success looking after your dog for 15 years until it passes away at the weekend? So is that success? success is different for different people. So I'm just going to talk about some of the parts of success and how you can plan for success. So how can you plan for success? Well, these points I'm going to talk about now are from Napoleon Hill, and he was a success in his particular niche, which was the coaching niche. In the long time before we had these modern day coaches, a long time before we had the internet, a long time before we had all of the technology, he was teaching people how to be successful, how to earn money online. We talk about making money online, but nobody makes money online. As Earl Nightingale says, that the only people who make money work in a mint. Everyone else has to earn it. You have to earn the privilege of being successful online by hard work, determination, motivation, desire, a belief in what it is that you're trying to teach. So, with that in mind, success is, like I say, success is dependent on what it is that you're trying to achieve and what's really important to you. What is important to you in order to be successful? I'd like, if anyone would like to put into the comment what it means to them to be successful. So there are many different schools of thought on this one, and it depends on your audience and what it is you're trying to teach them. So if you look at the generic success principle, there are many different models of what success is. So I just want to say a couple of quotes. I think this was from Napoleon Hill. And he says that there are two kinds of men who never amount to much: those who cannot do as they are told, and those who can do nothing else. Now, the thing with that is, a lot of us are quite happy to be told what to do. We don't want to be entrepreneurial. We don't want to have to make big decisions. We're quite happy to go to work and just do a day's job and go home at the end of the day, put our feet up and think that we've done, we've been successful. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, because you have to have people in the world like that. They're really important. Those team players are really important before you have the shapers and the decision makers and the people who invent things and who are successful in that way. So there's nothing wrong with being that kind of man who just wants to do what they need to do in order to put food on the table. But it's really important that if you are the type of person who wants to succeed in life, you have to really bear a really important point in mind, that those people or those men or those women who want to be something other than working 9 to 5 for somebody else, to make somebody else rich and to put food on somebody else's table, you have to bear in mind that those who amount to something in life move on their own something without being told what to do or why they should do it. So those who amount to something in life move on their own something, which is really, really important. Really important. It's the key. It's the key to anything that you're having to deal with. So if you're dealing with mental health issues, if you're dealing with business issues, if you're dealing with personal issues, if you're dealing with whether that be in a relationship or with children, or whether making a decision about something, you have to really be really tuned in to this most important thing that is the key to making that difference between you are the person who is doing what you need to do in order to work for somebody else, or whether you want to do something really important and earn your own money, whether that be online or whether it's in a bricks or business, or whether it's bricks and clicks. It depends on what it is you're trying to achieve. So the thing that you need to do is you need to really, and this is the key to every single part of success. So all of the success principles that I'm talking about have this key element in them. So I'll tell you that in a few minutes what that key element is. So if we look at some other work by Napoleon Hill, he said the men who stand out in the minds of the public as the greatest successes from the days of George Washington on to the present are those who chose their own occupation, business, or profession and stood on their own, this key thing, in choosing their purpose. So all of these key parts of success are all about this 2 words that you need to really understand in order to find that success in whatever way it is. So you move on your own responsibility, and you have to look at following through on your goals to achieve whatever it is that you want to achieve, because a winner never quits and a quitter never wins. So a winner never quits and a quitter never wins. So it's about having this positive state of mind, this positive mental attitude about everything you do in order to succeed. So whether that's looking after your dog for 15 years, taking it out for a walk, feeding it, loving it, whatever it is, or being an entrepreneur, having your own business, having the car of your dreams, being able to be an affiliate marketer by, selling music to help people with their pain and discomfort. Whatever it is, whatever that success is, it's all about this 2 words that I'm going to tell you in a few minutes. So I just want to move on from that. So if you think about success, a big success, and this is really important. So a big success is made up of a number of smaller circumstances. So each is so small and seemingly of no significance that most people pass them by without even noticing. So if you think about all of the successes that we've had in the last 20, 30 years, they've all been small parts of a bigger picture. You can name anything, and anybody that you can think of. It's all about that small step towards the bigger outcome. So whoever you think about, if you think about anybody, nobody has that success all at one go. They have ups and downs, peaks and troughs to their success. It doesn't happen overnight. So I never got my car of my dreams overnight. I had to work for it. I didn't get it given to me. I had to work for it. In order for me to put my hands up and say, yay, I had to work for it. I had to work to buy my 2 beautiful dogs. Unfortunately, one's passed away at the weekend. He was 15. So I had to work to look after those dogs, to groom them, to feed them, to keep them warm, to buy a bed for them, to buy their food, to their injections, their insurance, everything like that was all small parts of the bigger picture in order for me to be able to have them there in front of, and to look after them, to have the privilege of having them in my life, and also having the car. So I went and I chose my car, I chose the color, I chose the wheels. I had different wheels and different, I'm not very good technical on cars, but I had leather interior and I had different things. I chose my car, although it's under that blanket. I chose it. I'm not going to show you it, but you can see that I went and I bought it. It's brand new. No one else had driven it. So everything I do is about small steps towards that bigger picture. So I'm not going to talk about all of this tonight because, as I say, it took me a while to come on. It took me a while to get success on HAPS tonight. So anybody who is on here or going to come on the catch up, I really encourage you to subscribe to my broadcasts and come into my world and get to know me, get to see what I'm all about, get to understand. I'm a psychotherapist, I'm a hypnotherapist. I also help small business startups because my success comes from other people's success. So if I help someone, even if I just help them, that is success for me. It doesn't have to be monetary success. It just has to be something that I really feel good about, and I love helping people. So that's what I'm about. I'm about helping people, and if they come into my world and then they come and work with me one-on-one, then that's different. And then of course I will that isn't free. But a lot of the things that I do is all about giving. I give and I get more in return. So if we look at just a few of the success principles of these are the success principles of Napoleon, Napoleon Hill. So these are not my success principles, but I use them. I use them in my way, and I adapt them to my way of thinking, because you don't invent the wheel. Nobody invents the wheel. Nobody does anything different to anyone else. It's very, very unusual if you can have a unique take on something. So, for example, as a psychotherapist, I use different ways of helping people. As a hypnotherapist, I learn how all different techniques in order to be a good hypnotherapist and to help people with their struggles. So when I look at success principles, one of the first success principles, and a really, really important one, is having a firm purpose and a plan. So I had a firm purpose tonight to come on here and do a broadcast. It was going to be an hour, but because it took me so long to get going, it's probably going to be hopefully an hour. But the purpose, have a firm purpose and have a plan. So those 7 people that are online right now, I want you to understand that success comes from a number of small steps. It doesn't come overnight. It doesn't come easy. Anything that comes easy is not, in my opinion, is not worth having. So super simple, yes, but not easy. So, and a key thing that you need, and I've done this and it's really important, a key thing that you need in order to ensure your success, and this is one of the mastermind principles, is to have this mentality of building an alliance with somebody. So finding that person or coach or mentor or somebody on HAPS TV who you can have this sort of like relationship with, so that you can say to them, look, do you think I'm doing the right thing? Do you think I'm on the right path? Do you think what I'm doing is going to lead to my success? So it's really, really important. A lot of people say, oh, well, I don't need help from anybody. I can do this on my own. Yeah, you can do things on your own, but in order to really be successful, you really have to have a number of different steps, a number of different things that bring you to that outcome. And I know that from the times that I've struggled just to build a website, for example, or to build a list, or to get people engaged. It's not easy, and it takes time, and it takes a lot of steps. So, for example, if you want to earn money online, that's your goal, that's your success, that's what you want to do. Never, ever, ever start selling. Never start selling. You need to build engagement. It's the most important thing that leads to long-term success, longevity. When you build success from positive engagement, trust, know, like, people will follow you. People will want to get engaged. So if people come on here and get engaged in Sandra's world, Sandra will help them get that success, or guide them to success, or maybe put them in touch with someone that they know that can bring them success. So bear that in mind. It's really, really important. So today I'm using the HAPS TV platform to build my success. And that makes it super, super easy for me to simultaneously broadcast to all of my social media channels and see all of your comments in one place. So, for example, this broadcast right now is going out on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. So I'm building those small steps that I talked about to my ultimate goal, to get more people to subscribe to my channel. And I don't care how long it takes me, because I know that the small steps that you take, the small steps and the action attached to the small steps leads to the success. It leads to you be able to be an entrepreneur, or it needs to you to be able to put your hands up and go, yes, I'm a success, or to get the car of your dreams, or to look after your pets, or to look after your children, or to look after your friends. You know, that's a great thing, to be able to get that success and then to help other people. And that leads me on to another really important part of this, and that is persistence. Persistence and the will to win. So those 8 people who are on HAPS TV and want to succeed, it's about persistence. It's about the will to win, even when you come across challenges. So right now, I haven't got anybody commenting. I haven't got anybody. I've only got, normally I have a few people on with me, but tonight I haven't got. It's probably, I don't know what's happening, whether it's the wrong time, or maybe I'm not speaking about something that people that basically people are not interested in. So there's no live chats, but I've got 8 people online. So persistence. I cannot emphasize that word enough. Persistence. No matter what people are saying, no matter what negativity that you are, no matter what negativity you are finding that is coming your way. And that was interesting, because in my work as a psychotherapist, I help a lot of people who are living in a certain relationship that isn't healthy for them. And that's because they're living in a relationship with a narcissist. Now, the number one primary aim of a narcissist is to get control. So, sometimes there are people who want to control you, who don't think you're doing a good job, but they just want to control you. So don't ever let anyone control what it is that you want to do. Control, you be in control, and just be persistent. So if anyone's saying, I don't, I'm this, that, and the other, that's because they don't want you to succeed. And that's because they've got some narcissistic traits. And that's a whole different ball game, a whole different world. So another important thing is, in this sort of way to be successful, is the decisions that you make should be made promptly when necessary, and make sure the facts are there, and change them slowly if you have to, if at all. So if what you're doing is, if what you're doing all the time is bringing you the same results and they're not working, you need to change what you're doing. You need to make sure that you're doing something different, and then you'll get different results. You can't keep doing the same thing and expecting different results. If you do it the same way all the time, the outcome will be the same. So you have to change it up. Don't be frightened to make changes if you have to. And another thing that's really important, although not, well, it is important online because it's about your tone of the conversation, the tone of what it is that you're trying to say. So when you're having a conversation with someone and you're face to face with them, it's easy to do this and be recognized that you're doing it. So everything you need to do in order to be successful, you need to do it in a pleasing manner. So you need to do it with thought and do it so make sure people like you. It doesn't cost you anything to be pleasurable, to be nice to people. Those people, now when I say nice, I don't mean that you're a walkover. What I mean is that your communication is pleasant. You're not being negative to people, because we've all got a right to have an opinion. We've all got a right to be treated in a certain way. And it's really important that if you are looking for success, that you are good to do business with, or you're good to talk to, or what you write is pleasing. It's not negative. We don't trolls. When you think about trolls, most trolls are narcissists. The reason why they troll is because they want control. And the only way they can get control is to come on and make a negative comment. So even if you're dealing with trolls, don't change the way you are. Be who you want to be. Be pleasing and do things. Follow this habit of doing more than, you're paid for, with a pleasing, positive mental attitude. So, use your mind, use all of the things that you have got that make you who you are. You don't have to be a dog in business. You don't have to be cutthroat in business. You just have to be persistent, and you just have to know what it is that you're trying to achieve. But you don't have to be nasty about it. You don't have to be negative about it. But I will say to you that in order to be successful, you have to make sure that you work with the right people. So, you need to bring the right people in to your world. So I have to bring the right people into Sandra's world. If I'm helping them with their mental health, I have to make sure that they fit within my world and that I can help them. Because if they don't fit in with my world, the relationship will break down. And this is a really, really important thing. So those people that have been listening to me for almost an hour, I just want to say thank you very much for joining me wherever you are in the world. I hope you've got something out of it. It would be great if you would leave a comment. Just say hi. Would be really great, because it's about engagement, isn't it? It's about relationships. Success is about, and especially online, is about engagement. It's about relationships. It's about giving that person the answer to what it is that they're trying to achieve. So I always say, If you've got the answer to someone's pain, whether that's a mental pain or a physical pain, then you have a business. So if what you're doing is giving the answer to what someone is looking to achieve, then you have a business. That's a start. That's the start of your success. So if we look at this is the sixth part of this this model of success. So the sixth one is accept full responsibility for everything you undertake and never blame anyone else if things go wrong. That's so important. So no matter what you're doing, if you're advertising on Facebook, for example, and as I see all the time, and people ask me questions, how can I become successful online? How do I get more people to engage with what it is I'm trying to achieve? How do I get more people to come onto my list, etc., etc.? It's about accepting responsibility for everything that you do. So you can't come on and say, well, I've been online for a week and I've got no customers. You can't blame anybody else for that. You have to look at, is what you're providing, is what you're providing the answer to someone's issue? Now, it might be, but it might be that you're just not getting to the right people. It depends. It may be that what you're saying in your ads is not engaging. It's maybe a lot about selling and not engaging. No, as I say, never come online in the early days and do the big sell, because nobody wants to be sold to. You want to pull people in to your world, almost like hypnotize them into believing that what you have to offer is something that they can't live without. They have to have it. So if you can gently hypnotize them into your world, come and see what I've got. I can help you build your list. I've got this great product. I've got this great piece of software that's the answer to your problems. And just bring them in. You know you need it, because if you don't have it, you're not going to get those people into your business. With this piece of software, you're guaranteed to get people onto your list. And I know that's what you want to do. You want to earn money online, don't you? You want to be able to make thousands of pounds a week or dollars a week, don't you? Come into my world. Come into my world. Come into my world. If you think about selling, if you think about the psychology of selling, it's all about the engagement. It's all about how you get people engaged. It's what you say to them. It's how you lure them in. It's how you really get them interested in what you've got to sell, and what is your unique point. What is your unique selling point or your unique selling proposition? So how do you get them there? So if you are advertising online, Just think about what it is that you're trying to sell. But don't sell it straight away. Engage with people. Draw them in to your world. Make them want what it is that you've got to sell. Give them a reason for coming into your world. When you get them in and you've given them something of great value, then the next time, or the time after that, or the time after that, or it might even be the time after that, they will eventually buy what it is that you've got. So I'm just up to an hour now. So I did say that this was an hour. I've got 9 people online with me. I'm going to carry on, not right now, in another broadcast with the next points of this Sandra's World Success. What is success? So I've talked about the first 6 points of success. So the first one is have a firm plan and a purpose for your success. Try and find somebody who can help you, who can guide you, who can coach you, who could mentor you. And it doesn't have to be someone that you pay for the privilege. It could just be a friend, or it could just be a work colleague or somebody like that. You could just run an idea past them. Or if you can afford it, I would really recommend that you do see a coach. So be persistent and have the will to win, even when you come across challenges. So be persistent, whatever it is that you're trying to do. If you want to come on HAPS TV, come on HAPS TV and join in with the family, and just be persistent. And when you make a decision and it's made promptly, sometimes the fact is that there are changes that you need to make, but make those changes slowly, if at all. Only make those changes if everything you've done with that plan hasn't worked, or something in that plan hasn't worked. Don't change something that's working. And follow the habit of doing more than you are paid for with a pleasing, positive mental attitude. So be nice. And the 6th one is, whatever you do, accept full responsibility for everything that you do, and never blame anyone else if things go wrong. So if you want to be an entrepreneur, or you want to get the car of your dreams, or you just want to, I don't know, whatever it is you're trying to achieve, whatever it is that you want to be successful in, whether it's a sporting success you're looking for, whether you're running a marathon, or whether you're doing judo or taekwondo or jiu-jitsu or golf, or whatever it is that you do, dog training, or you're a fitness coach, or you're a chef, or whatever it is, whatever success it is that you're looking to do, just make sure that it is what you want, and you take the smaller steps towards the bigger outcome. Okay, thanks very much. Thank you for joining me. As I said, that's the first 6 steps to success. I intend to come on probably tomorrow to talk about the next 6 steps to success. And if anyone's got any questions, you can find me on Instagram at easypreneur. I shall put that in the easypreneur on Instagram. I can't think of them. Oh, and I've got a Facebook group. If you want to download any free software. Because I also give out free software. And also on my website, there's free software to download there as well, on the downloads page. So if you're looking to do some training, you want some training on anything to do with online engagement, please find free software there and visit the page, join the list, and you will get notified of any free software or any training that I come across, because I have a large portfolio of software which helps small business startups with their online engagement. I have lots of products, lots of things that help small businesses. So thank you very much for listening, and I will see you again soon. So this is Sandra saying goodbye for now.